how can the contribution lifeline exercise or that tool help you to supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We're going to talk about it today. Today we're talking about and applying the lifeline exercise to our business, specifically with a twist for contribution. Now I like to, and this is just I can hold it up and share it example of a lifeline. You can do it as a document, especially when we're doing it for our organizations. We tend to do it electronically so we can share it with other people because it's more than just me creating and going through this exercise. So today I challenge you to get a couple of people involved in your organization and go through your organization's history from insemination when you started your business, or maybe when you got the idea for your business, all the things you did leading up to it. And then key events, we just draw a horizontal line on a piece of paper or on a document or on a graphic. You can use the mind mapping for this too. It works pretty well. Type software like that. But we just create a lifeline from the time we started our business to, I guess I like to put an arrow at the end of my line because I want my businesses to continue to grow and build and supersize. You might have a specific start and end point that you want. Maybe you want to only be in business for 10 years. So you actually put that as your end point and you start thinking about your exit strategy, right? Whenever we get involved in anything, we should always be thinking about our exit strategy or have it in mind so that we have the confidence to move forward in any area or aspect of our life. So we just map on our lifeline key events, right? Key events. Started my business, got our first customer, made our first dollar. And those might not be on yours, but they might. They happen to be on mine because I think that they're little milestones that add up and make a big difference and help us create momentum. But we put the events on there. Then we ask ourselves, above the line or below the line. I used to put my line, obviously, on the bottom of my timeline or my lifeline, but now I put it in about the middle because I want to map out as I'm looking at each of the different areas of the life framework, if that had a positive effect on our business or a negative effect. Positive effects go above the line, and I get to decide the magnitude of that impact above or below the line. And we do it for physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution this month, confidence, and communication. Why? Because as we do this exercise, we see all kinds of patterns and different connections, and we see gaps in where we could fill in with our business to get a competitive advantage. We notice things that we wouldn't notice otherwise. It's why it's so important to take some time and pause and reflect and plan and really look back on and learn from our timeline, right? Our lifeline. Our lifeline as a business, our lifeline as an individual is more than just a history of what's happened to us. It is a treasure map where we can get to know more about what makes us tick, which positively impacts our business as well. So love to know, have you ever done a timeline for your business? Have you ever done a lifeline for your business? A lot of businesses, especially the bigger ones, have this and they make it part of their annual report and they share information about their history because it's important. It brings people to us and to our businesses because they can relate to us. Nobody starts out, unless they get a huge inheritance, with this supersized business right off the bat. We have to build it usually from scratch. Either build it or buy it, right? Either build it, buy it, or some other way you inherit it. And you have to figure out how and what you're going to do with it. And part of that is understanding what's worked in the past, understanding what hasn't worked in the past, understanding ways that we might make the world a better place. So, love to know if you've done this. If you haven't, I challenge you today to sit down for a half an hour and map out your lifeline. And then as you go about here and there along the way, look at and graph the impact it has on contribution. Between now and the end of the month, do it for sure. I say do it today, but that's just me. If I can help you with this in any way, let me know. I've literally done this thousands of times for myself, for my businesses, and with other people. So if you need help, just ask. Have a great day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.